All right, what's up, guys? Alex, I just saw it, and I just saw I saw your text, and I'm literally gonna pull that up right now. So Alex Pickus in the chat just sent me an entire video of people who are just overtly like, yeah, hey, our new plan is to get Trump like that. So we are definitely 100% going to look at that. Here it is right there. So yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and look at that for sure. But we're gonna start with some more lighthearted stuff, and then we're gonna look at that. Apologies for that, you guys. That was unforeseen. I don't know what on earth just happened, but so yeah, while everybody gets on, that was my fault. What just happened? That was definitely not YouTube. You know, like I was like, hey guys, check out my new winter carry firearm. And then it went down. What happened was I put it down and I hit my plug that was plugging the camera into the computer. So then when I plugged it back in, the system had the camera off. And anyway, whatever. It's definitely not the system. That was me just being stupid. But yeah, let's just get started. You know, let's just get started because we have a lot to go through because there are a lot of dimwits on the internet saying a lot of really crazy things. And let's start with one of the biggest dimwits right now, and then we'll get into more.
Okay, so since Trump won the election, we're cooked. Yup. I'm going to be leaving the U.S. and I'm going to be moving to Hawaii. So we'll see how it goes. And I'll update you guys.
That's got to be a troll, right? Okay. Like if that guy knew, he's like, this will go viral because obviously every idiot knows that, that is in the United States. Okay. So the ones that Gabrielle and I did this morning, some of them are so insane. Like they are so insane. When you read these, or I'm sorry, you listen to these people, you're like, dude, you can't say that. And you want to know what else? I've never once heard someone who supports the big guy say a thing like that. Again, it's just like I can't even explain to you how satisfying it is to be on the other side of this, where now they know they're the minority. You know, and so we just get to look, you're like, you just honestly said that you hope that women lose their babies. Like you hope women lose their babies during and you hope that people die. Like you said, you hope they die because they're in the other, or in my favorite one, a guy who's he's an Air Force guy, straight up says, if anybody from a state that went red needs help, he won't give it. Like, he's like, no, I won't go. And I'm like, hey, you want to know where you're not going to go? To anything, because you're fired. Like, you are so fired. It's insane. You're done, dude. Like, and then when we went to look at it, I mean, I'll show you, dude. Oh, here we go. See, look, this right here. Perfect. I mean, it's insanity, dude. Hey, but you're the good guys. Hey, in your mind, you're the good guys. Praying the assassin doesn't miss next time. Unbelievable. Okay, so this is all we're doing today. It's just going through lunatics. Straight up psychos. Okay? RC, what's up, dude? Everybody go give RC Adventure some subscribers on YouTube. RC Adventurers. Watch Piers Morgan this morning, and the Democrats are deluded. It's a sickness. 100%. 100%. And listen, dude, you want to know, here's Destiny's page. I was really curious, like what, how's Destiny going to take this, right? Because of all the people involved in the online conversation about politics, if you actually go back, right? And I learned this from my cousin. My cousin used to watch him all the time. And he's like, dude, everybody who just found him now has this really weird opinion of him because he lost his mind over Trump. He's like, if you actually go back a few years, Like, he's like, go back and find stuff of him covering the Rittenhouse stuff. Like, he's with us, dude. 100%. Like, he was all the stuff about Rittenhouse where you have the loony bins over there. And we're like, what is wrong with these people? Have they even looked into this case? He was completely with us. He's completely with us on the, on like the BLM riots, all that stuff. And then, like I said to him, Trump broke his brain. You know what I mean? But so I was really curious what his take was going to be now that it's like, hey, this thing like politically is over. And hold on, what did he say here? Okay, so like this right here. Like, this is a perfect example, right? So before the election, Destiny says, this is what I'm saying. Like, the reason I think that if you take Trump off the table, he's with us 100. Like, Destiny's with us for sure. He's just got this one thing with Trump. Because look he's like, if Kamala ends up winning, the entire far left, the commies, tankies, Hamas supporters need to be fucking jettisoned from the party. We don't need them to win elections. We could turn out our own base, and they are an absolute cancer to be associated with. Exactly. You know what I mean? You're like, yeah, correct. That's why you come over here, because like everybody's figured out like that's what your party is now. Like, you're a gun guy. Like, you know what I mean? And then this woman goes, what? And if she were to lose, he said, if it was super close, perhaps it'd be time to reconsider. But by these margins, your lot is worthless. You should be ignored by both politicians and by people in the world of the media. You are one of the most disgusting propagators and profiteers of misinformation in this space. He's talking to these far left loony bins, dude. You know what I mean? Like, he's one of us. He just hates Trump, which is unfortunate if someone could just like crack through whatever thing broke his brain. You know what I mean? Anyway, okay. So, all right. So this right here, okay. Just in, Chloe Castro, a social worker at Jeffco Schools Co., arrested for having a relationship with a minor. She's on leave. Wait, what? What is this? Okay. This is for a different stream. Tim Waltz says, the earth keeps spinning and we live to fight another day. He's like, yeah, Tim, you were definitely a really, really, really strong, VP pick. Said no one ever. All right. So here you go. This is exactly what we're talking about. This is the dean of students at the University of St. Francis sent a message. Like, this is okay. I have a lot to say about these people, like the people who are at these colleges who are sending out these messages to like students who are having nervous breakdowns. This is like so insane, dude. Okay, so she sent a message to students recommending counseling to students who need help post-election and is offering various spaces of reflection, including a wellness lounge, a sensory room, and a racial healing room. They will also have a painting event to help students process and reflect. Okay. What the fuck? Okay. Post-election student support. Dear campus body, as we continue to support USF students through their holistic well-being, it is important to take a moment to share with you ways that you could continue to support USF students as we recognize the election may bring a range of emotions and thoughts. Here at the University of St. Francis, we are committed to supporting all students during this time. Let's hear if that's true. All students. So no matter how they feel post-election, we want to remind you that there are support resources available that we hope you will share in knowing that the university is committed to providing spaces for meaningful conversations and students' well-being. Okay. So this is actually whatever. Here's the thing though. Even that, right? Okay, listen, like even something as simple as that is why the generation that we have is becoming what they are. And I'll tell you exactly what I mean, regardless of whether she's like, specifically talking to them or not. I'm going to show you this one girl because this is like, wait, what? Oh, I'm sorry. Got to go back here. I'm going to show you this one post from this girl that is like, okay, here it is. Like this is perfect because there's no person I've ever seen that is a grown-up who sounds more like a 3-year-old throwing a tantrum ever than this girl. Where is it, dude? It's coming up and it's worth it. Believe me, dude. She literally goes insane. And I said to Gabrielle, I was like, have you ever seen a person who more resembles a toddler throwing a tantrum than this person? And it's like, no, like there's no other way to even like to describe what you see. Dude, did they take that one down? Where is she, dude? You guys bear with me. I promise it's worth it. Just relax. I know I'm scrolling forever, but this is really, really worth it when you see it. This girl literally doesn't even sound like an adult, dude. Like she sounds like a child who is screaming. And what I was saying to Gabrielle is I was like, dude, have you ever seen our children do this? Like we have a 12-year-old, an 8-year-old, and a 7-year-old. Okay. So like all of our children have gone through the age of 3 years old. Okay. Which means if they were going to throw a tantrum like this girl, then, wait, is this it?
Because I'm out.
No, that's not it. This girl is completely, absolutely batshit insane. We're gonna definitely look at her. We're gonna look at Jimmy Kimmel cry because that's hilarious. Oh, this is it. Wait, is this it? Yeah, this is it. 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 Okay, this is amazing, you guys. Okay. Now, here is my preface to this one. Have you, for all of you guys who have children, have you ever seen a grown-up look more like a 3-year-old throwing a temper tantrum than this person? Ready? Watch this, dude.
6 years. 6 fucking years. It took us 6 fucking years to get our citizenship. I know people, I know some people need more time. I know some people don't ever get their citizenship, but we worked so hard for it. She worked so hard for it. I was just a kid. We came here because she wanted a better life for us. She wanted a better education for us. She wanted for us to have a better future. And now this is all going to be taken away because of him. Because of that stupid. Oh my god. Stupid fucking felon. He's a felon. He's a villain. He's a felon. I don't want him here anymore. Again. I'm not coming back. I'm never coming back here until he leaves the house. He's ruining my life, her life, and the life of every single immigrant in this country.
Okay, so again, there are lots of these, and that's not like the best one, but I'm totally serious. Have you ever seen a grown-up look more like a sub-5-year-old child throwing a tantrum? It's exactly what they're like. Exactly. It's exactly what a child throwing a tantrum is like, you know? And so Gabrielle and I were talking about, I'm like, you know, what's funny about that is I've seen a bunch of like little kids do that. Never our kids, except once. She said that you guys can watch that video later. Gabrielle and I did 2 videos making fun of these people on Play with Matches later. That'll drop later. But like she's like, actually one time we have 3 kids. One of them, our middle kid, threw a tantrum like that once in Target. Okay. And I'm like, okay, so, you know, why do you think that is? Like, why do you think our kids don't do that? Is because our kids are like so much better than other people's kids? Like they're just born smarter or better? No. Okay. Kids are born like little empty sponges, dude. Like there's nothing, they're unshaped. Okay. Like they have not been given anything that shows them what's appropriate, what's not. The reason our kids don't do that is because they know it's not allowed. It's as simple as that, dude. They know if I do that, the outcome is not only not going to be the thing I'm screaming about wanting, it's going to be the opposite of that. Okay. I'm not going to we're not going to hit you. I mean, if they did that, maybe they might get spanked. We've never had to spank them because they would never fucking do that. But like, they're not like scared of getting hit. They're not scared of anything physical. They just know that if they do that, then they're going to have something they don't want happen. As an example, I would fucking stick them in their room and be like, you could scream your little head off. And then once you're done, you're going to be silent for an entire hour before anyone's even going to come talk to you. So keep screaming, dude. Your fucking hour starts the second you stop screaming. So why would they do it? Okay. Like humans do what they are conditioned to do, which gets them what they want. So people like that girl Okay. It's because of shit like this. This is the point that I'm making. Okay. Like when you send your kid to college, okay, why are you doing that? You're sending them to college to get them prepared to be an adult, right? I mean, honestly, that's what it is. Like, yeah, to get a job, but getting a job is to be self-sufficient and be a grown-up in this world. When you do stuff like this and all these things that we're going to look at later, where this seems normal, to put out a flyer that's like, listen, if you can't handle it emotionally that your candidate didn't get elected, here are all these ways we're going to support you. Okay, that's the exact same thing as if that girl right there was 5 years old when she throws that tantrum and I picked her up in my lap. It's like, listen, I understand how upset you are. I wish there was something I could do. Let's sit you down. I want you to calm down. Here, do you need something to drink? I'm going to make you some ice cream. Okay. All you do is validate bad behavior. Okay. Bad behavior. No one gives a fuck that you're upset in the real world. No one fucking cares. No one who matters cares that you're upset about the election. Okay. Now, maybe if you're charismatic on camera and people want to listen to you say this, that, or the other, then maybe it matters. Okay. But no one cares about a person crying about how they're upset about that. And that is the direct result of parenting and an entire generational approach to kids, which lets them get away with shit like that. My kids don't do that. Okay. Well, what are you saying? You are like the best parents ever? Nope. We're just good parents that understand the assignment. Give them positive feedback when they do something good. Okay. Give them bad feedback when they do something bad. Kids are the simplest creatures in the world. They want to be told they did a good job. They want to be taken care of. They want that kind of stuff. So you give that to them when they do something good. And you certainly never give it to them when they behave poorly. You want to know what else my kids don't do? Any of you guys who do jiu-jitsu or any other martial arts with your kids and then they compete, okay? Jiu-jitsu people who do competitions. How often do kids cry when they lose? Okay, often, right? When a kid loses a jiu-jitsu match, I would say 25% of the time, the kid who lost cries. When they're young, like when they're young kids, 20%. 1 out of 5, actually that might be low, maybe 25%. 1 out of 4 kids cries when they lose. My kids have never cried when they lost. Never. Because they know we don't fucking do that. It's a fine to lose. Matter of fact, when you're starting, you're almost certainly going to lose. Like you're going to get your fucking ass kicked. These kids are really good. Every single kid who's here is the best kid from their gym. I mean, Giselle, not so much but it's a different situation. My 2 younger ones, they get their ass kicked most of the time in tournaments. They never fucking cry. They never look down. They're there to compete. The entire purpose of them being there is to face adversity and not cry and try as hard as they can. And I'll give them opportunity to be like, hey, you don't have to fight in the next one. It's a test, all of it. I'm not going to let them quit. I put it out there to see if they will quit. And they never do. And they never cry. Not because they're the best kids, because we're good parents and we understand the assignment. Unlike these fucking idiots that just feed this terrible, terrible behavior. And then you create little fuckheads like this asshole. Okay. Listen to this stupid fuck. Okay. This guy's one of the worst ones. Because until today, he worked for the military. Okay. This guy was with the military. Chi-Town, what's up, dude? Just got in. What did you miss? Just a bunch of crybabies. There's going to be a lot more, dude. Thank you for the super chat. All right. So listen to this clown who's from the Air Force.
Can we give props to Kamala, though? She ran a really good campaign 100 days, though.
No, she didn't.
But I genuinely don't understand why, people think, yeah, let's vote for this guy. He's got great character. He's a fucking criminal, right?
He's got better character than you, pal.
I stand with criminals, I guess. Back the blue, except for the felon, right? You hate women, but women also will vote to fucking hate women anyways.
That seems like a good take, as opposed to like maybe examining whether you are confused. So his take is, if women voted for him, that means they're stupid, as opposed to maybe you don't have super well-developed opinions.
Women who never support themselves, actually. Women don't like each other. and they will vote for a rapist because a rapist always wins. Same thing with minorities, Latino people. What are we fucking doing? Black men went for Trump. I really don't know what y'all see. I feel like it's going to be more embarrassments over the next 4 years, and y'all are going to get what's fucking coming. Don't fucking ask me for shit or expect me to do shit
Here you go.
for your state or if you're suffering. So, Florida and Texas, all the swing states, fuck you. If you got a disaster going through, don't ask me. Genuinely, don't ask me. Don't ask me. You got a hurricane going through? Well, fuck. You better deal with that shit, bitch. Find that fucking money to rebuild your house. Or, yeah. Natural disaster, gun laws, school shootings. Like, please don't ask me. I don't care anymore. I can't.
Yeah. So that guy, okay, that guy works for the, worked for the Air Force. Okay. And let me ask you guys a question, just super quick. Hypothetically, if you had a disaster happen, is this the person who you're all, God, I sure hope this guy comes to help? Like, bro, no one is relying on you for anything. And so, by the way, when you go and look this guy's account up, deleted, it's gone. His account's gone. And it had only been up for 1 hour when we looked it up. So this guy got blown up on X. It went on libs of TikTok, gone, deleted his account within an hour. And unfortunately for him, it now has 700,000 views, which means there's nothing you can do, right? First, they blocked libs of TikTok. That's not going to help. And then, now his account is gone. And, he's a government employee. And he's talking about this when the president in question won by one of the biggest landslides of all time. Super smart, dude. Hey, this is what I'm talking about. They're going to learn the hard way that they're the minority now, because now there are going to be repercussions for this. Like, you're fired. You're fired, dude. Enjoy. Nick Story, thank you very much. All lefties do is repeat the same talking points over and over and over again. Broken record syndrome, 100%. Thank you for the super chat. And they don't even look into this stuff. The convicted rapist thing. Really? Hey, watch this, dude. Okay. What's this guy's name? Chris Wickland. Okay. You guys, this is really important. It's really important for you to know. I went to a U.S. Air Force base in 2023, and I was looking for someone to help me with my house that had been burned down. And this guy, Chris Wickland, he took me into a room alone. He told me to look inside of a box that he had in his room and said the solution was in there. And as soon as I put the box on, he taped the box to my face. And while I was trying to get it out, I felt someone pulling my pants off, and I couldn't see, and I couldn't do anything. And he graped me. Hey, what state was that in? What state were you in? I can't remember. What month was this? I don't remember. Utah? They're like, nah, he was in North Carolina. But it's really what happened. They're all, you know what? He's guilty. Like, that accusation is about as credible as the one that Trump got. E.G. and Carroll, there's not one person with 6 brain cells to rub together that believes that fucking liar. Okay. So maybe do better research with all the time you're going to have looking for jobs, guy. Daniel Smart, thank you for the super chat. Chi-Town, thank you. Why can't people realize we didn't vote for her because she's not smart, has 0 intellect, and she's part of the machine? I mean, yeah, certainly. That's why we didn't vote for her, but about a million reasons why we didn't vote for the machine. But yes, I mean, they won't know that because that their entire campaign was run on exactly what he said. Trump is the devil. He's a rapist and a criminal and bull. Shut the fuck up, guy. Jonathan Wells, thank you for the super chat. I just saw Kamala cackling at McDick's looking for a job. Yeah, dude. Look at this. Actually, let me email this to myself so I can make it big, dude. Okay, this is actually really funny, dude. Hold on. I'll only email it to myself when it's kind of like, all right, they really need to see this one. Okay, so check this out. Hold on. Okay, look at this. Hey, greatest comeback ever. Drive-through server, garbage truck operator, president of the United States. Oh man, this is fun, dude. I'm not gonna lie, shit's fun, man. This shit is fun. My buddy just sent me something about. Hold on. Look at what Dan Savino's flight back to Mar-a-Lago 450. Okay, now let's look at the next loony bin. And oh wait, I'm sorry. I'm glad Trump won, but mentally I'm already in 2028 looking at a tidal wave. It almost feels like Trump is a small break before absolute total control. Dude, nah. I am happy to be the one to help you with that concern. Okay. This is a different universe now because Trump has such firm control. Like the two-party system just got broken down because now Trump has landslide votes. He has the ability to put Elon in place. He has like all the stuff that they had before. Think about it like this. By the way, I have a video dropping later today called, what did I title this? The Deep State's the Deep State Hail Mary. I am telling you, watch that video. All of you guys, watch that video, dude, because I go through all of this. Now, they do have one last Hail Mary they can play, but nonetheless, when you look at, okay, think about how the system controlled everything during the pandemic. What did they have? They had control of the government, which we now have, period. House, Senate, White House, and courts, okay? Overwhelming majority support from the people, okay? And then they controlled social media, and we have that too. So everything that they had, and they had to control superficially, because ultimately the way you hold it is with the majority of voters. Like this whole entire thing, from the second that Trump won until now has demonstrated the strength of the American system, okay? Because they tried everything they could and the system held up. All it needed was someone as charismatic and as strong and down to fight no matter what, like Trump. And it tested all of the institutions and they held up, dude. And now the reverse is coming and that's what that entire video that I did is about, which is like, if you're someone who was heavily involved on the other side, leading up to where you were involved in attacking Trump in one of these dirty prosecutions, or you did some kind of nasty stuff during the pandemic, do you feel safe? You know what I mean? Do you feel safe? Because all of these people have done all this stuff with impunity forever. They knew they could just, juke a study. They knew they could go to the FDA and do all this corrupt stuff. They knew that they could just fill in the blank. Anything that that they did. They knew they could do that with impunity. Think about like the prosecutors. Think about the prosecutor in Georgia who got caught having hired her fuck buddy to be the contractor. She paid the guy like, I think it was like $500,000, and she was going on trips with him. This is the prosecutor, right? She's like, oh, I need this guy to investigate. She pays him $500,000, and then she's going on trips with him on the money that she took from the tax base, whatever. And then she's the one that filed this, filed the charges against Trump, someone like that, or any like the judge or the prosecutors that are in New York. And I'm not talking about like, oh, they came after Trump, so I'm cool with them bringing retribution on just like anyone who came. I'm talking about people who dishonestly came against him, anyone who stacked the jury, like anyone who went in there and was like, all right, let's look at voting records and let's make sure that every single juror on this panel that could get picked is a complete and total Trump hater. That is criminal as far as I'm concerned. You're doing that to a former president, the prosecutor, the judge, any of those people. You feel safe? How about Bill Gates? You think he feels safe right now? You think he feels the same way he did a year ago in terms of the likelihood that he ends up getting prosecuted? He got indicted in the Netherlands. You got RFK coming into government. with a yet to be determined amount of control. And you have Elon coming into government with a yet to be determined amount of control. Okay. RFK is a legal nightmare for these people. I don't know how many people really understand like what RFK's history is. Okay. Because everybody thinks of him as like the vax guy. Okay. Well, what he was doing before that, he's an environmental attorney who was taking on these gigantic corrupt organizations. Like he was suing them for like polluting these huge areas and all that stuff. But like no one understands the legal system better than him. He's going to come in and his goal is to root out the corruption that lives underneath, you know, the healthcare system and the pharmaceuticals. And who's at the top of that pyramid? You feel safe if you're Bill Gates right now? Fuck no. Fuck no. That's what that entire video is about. It's like when I got done with it and I watched it back, I'm like, fuck, this is one of the best videos I've ever done. But anyway, so Choke Dealer says, bro, did you hear Joe Biden called Kamala a real ramrod? No, but email that to me and I will put it on here. Hey, Daniel Smart, for God's sake, man. I just don't understand why people insist on comparing me to this guy. Okay? Obviously, I don't look like, what the fuck, Billboard? You're ruining my joke, dude. Obviously, I don't look like Macklemore, dude. I mean, come on. We look alike? I don't know why. That joke will never get old to me. Just put him on the screen and just be like, I don't look like him. This one I'm on the fence about, RC. Like, give him access to Area 51. Just because, like, you guys understand that there need to be things that are secret, you know? Like, I'm like, pull the covers off of anything that is like institutions throwing their weight around on like I don't know, like in a way that's meant to like crush citizens. But if we have places where we're developing future technology that we want kind of under wraps against our enemies, then I'm not down like that. That's good. We need the intelligence agencies for things like that. Like there has to be an apparatus where we're battling against the intelligence agencies of foreign countries, and that they have to have some degree of secrecy so that like our enemies don't know what we're doing. Like if people think we don't need that, they don't understand the way the world works. What we don't need is intelligence agencies working against the democratic process and the people of this country. You know what I mean? All right. All right. My buddy Drew just sent me something and said I should play it right now. And he has bulletproof credibility on that stuff. So I'm going to do exactly that. Hang on. The fuck? Why didn't this come through? Oh, he sent it to the wrong email. Drew, pretend you don't know me personally. I'm just kidding. He sent it to my personal email. Hang on for a second. Let me pull this up. Okay. We're going to watch this now.
Let me just say this to Big Tish James, the New York Attorney General. I dare you. I dare you to try to continue your lawfare against President Trump in his second term, because listen here, sweetheart, we're not messing around this time, and we will put your fat ass in prison for conspiracy against rights, and I promise you that. So think long and hard before you want to violate President Trump's constitutional rights or any other American's constitutional rights. It's not going to happen again.
We've been warning people on the show, Mike.
Oh my God. First of all, Mike Davis, if you watch my show, hit me up, dude, because you and I have very similar, what's the word? Very similar, oh my God, vocabularies, you know, because listen here, sweetheart, that's my favorite. That's the best way to cut someone who thinks they're really smart down to size who deserves it. You know, it's like, listen, sweetheart. Okay. You've been getting away with running ruckshot over there. It's a new world order now. Okay. All this illegal shit you've been doing, we're going to throw your fucking ass in the slammer right next to all the people you've put in the slammer. How does that sound? Does that sound like a fun time to you? You know, is this, you look like a person who's going to do real well in a cell next to Diddy because you're going to need protective custody, because generally speaking in prison, they don't really love people who put people in prison. Police, prosecutors, generally speaking, don't just get to run on, you know, hang around in general population. I like that guy, dude. If that's what we have in store, are people like Mike Davis saying things like that, this is going to be absolutely glorious. And you know what else? We earned that. Okay. Like, we earned this because we had to sit here and swallow this shit where we knew that what they were doing was dishonest, was illegal, was just cooked from the beginning. And all they were doing is they were relying on the strength of the institutions to protect them when they were like, anybody who did not have a problem with the states prosecuting Trump has Trump derangement syndrome, period. Like, there's not even like a, I don't think that there is even a, like a question about that. Okay. We all know that there have been presidents on both sides that have committed crimes. There's a reason why we don't prosecute them. And we're not talking about like presidents who went out and like shot someone in the face and everyone knew it's all, oh man, look, they're a president. They got to get away with murder. But certainly, we're not going to live in a world where political opponents can get into power and just start throwing the people that they ran against into prison. Like, if you don't understand why that can't be the case when you have a voting populace where 50%, and in their case, they knew probably more like 60% of the populace were supporting this guy, you can't put him in jail. You can't do that. If you care at all about the American system, which they don't, they care only about retention of power. Now you don't have the power anymore. Okay. Now you don't have the power. That's what I'm saying. This time around is completely different. Like, this is not the same at all. Again, I want to stress this. I am dropping a video later today. I'll show you guys exactly what the thumbnail looks like, because I'm serious. If there's any video that you watch of mine, like if you like this talk track, I'm telling you right now, this is the one for you to watch. It looks like this. Bam. Okay. When you see that thumbnail, you fucking watch that video. Trust me. But because again, like, I mean, I'm not educating any of you guys. You guys know it was so hard to watch. And then you have and then you're listening to these people who are parroting these nonsensical talk tracks about these cases that aren't true. And you're like, have you actually looked into the details? Like, if you look at this case and just go like this, whoop, like this is like go in blind. Okay. Like, this is a person that you don't know anything about. Here is another person that you don't know anything about. And then let's evaluate the credibility and likelihood that this is true. Okay, let's do that. Okay. So this person is a fucking psycho who went on to CNN claiming that this person, who she's suing for $100 million, and everyone in her social circle absolutely despises, she claims that he graped her 30 some odd years ago in a changing room in a department store. And he's one of the most famous people in the world. And this is the first we're hearing about it. There are zero witnesses, not a single bit of corroborating evidence, nothing, not one bit of verifiable evidence. Do you think it's reasonable for them to even hear that case, much less rule in her favor? They're like, absolutely. How about this? You show them her appearance on CNN. She's like, listen, I didn't want to say anything because, listen, everybody knows grape is really hot. You're like, I'm sorry, it's what? Matter of fact, let's watch that. Just in case anyone has not seen E. Jean Carroll on CNN, okay? This is like when they call him a grapist, right? This is who they're talking about. Okay, this weirdo loony bin. Okay, this is what crazy looks like. Okay, Listen, you can't say you don't believe a person about grape. Yeah, I can. I do not believe her at all. I don't believe any of this. Not even nothing. None of it. I think it is an outright knowing lie that everybody involved in it knows is a lie, including her. And let's just watch it, dude. She says he graped her in 1990. Okay, let's see how believable this sounds.
A New York moment. Like one of
the
those
best New, just like the best New York. Donald Trump is going to put on a filmy bodysuit. It's like, oh, I couldn't. So let's go in the dressing room. And I thought, yeah, I'm going to make him put those pants on. Walked in, and the minute I was in there, he shut the door and pushed me up against the wall and bang my head on the wall and kissed me. It was so shocking. He put his shoulder against me to hold me against the wall.
Oh, wait a minute. This is an edited version that's going to, okay, this is time. Never mind. They're going to try to make it look as not totally batshit as possible. Hang on. You have to see the entire clip. Here we go.
She's not my type. That is what the President of the United States has just said about the woman who says he sexually assaulted her. She's not my type, which is what one says when a friend tries to fix you up. Not my type. It's not what anyone really says when accused of what amounts to rape. Not my type. That, I'll say it with great respect. Number one, she's not my type.
I love that. I am so glad I am not his type. I am so glad. This was 20 years ago. And I probably was, at that moment, in that 5 minutes, the most attractive woman.
Bitch, try again. Okay, shit ain't 20 years ago. That was 30 years ago. She can't even do fucking math correctly.
In Bergdorf's, in that one bit of time.
And you think that's what it was about for him?
I don't know what it was about. We were having a high old time. You remember Donald Trump, hail fellow, well met, walking up and down the streets of New York, greeting everybody. Everybody liked him.
You're talking about 1995,
95, 96. He was Shakespearean. He was great. You'd love to see him on the street.
Which is why he would never have to grape some second-rate weirdo. Listen, and by the way, this dude's been around how many girls? Okay, if someone violently grapes a person, there's not one accuser, in case you haven't seen all of human history before.
So when we met in Bergdorf's and he said, help me, advise me to find a president, I was delighted. I was thrilled. I thought, this is hilarious.
I'm wondering, the statement that he said, which he's just made, which is, she's not my type, number one, that was the number one thing.
I love that I'm not his type.
He has said that previously. There was a woman, Jessica Leeds, who came forward, and he said, I think we actually have the tape of what he said, and it echoes similar language. Let's just play what he said about Jessica Leeds in front of a crowd.
When you looked at that horrible woman last night, you said, I don't think so. I don't think she would not be my first choice, that I can tell you. Man.
He's joking and just calling her ugly, okay? Hang on. I want to get to the part where she's like talking about how it's a fantasy.
The other thing that he said is that you are totally lying. He said, again, in this interview, new interview, he said, totally lying. I don't know anything about her. I know nothing about this woman. I know nothing about her. It's just a terrible thing that people can make statements like that.
He's denied all 15 women who've come forward. He denies, he turns it around, he threatens, and he attacks.
Let's talk about what you say happened, because obviously
I mentioned his name once in the book. Once.
So you were...
I forgot about that. I forgot that when this happened, she was releasing a book too. Nothing but incentives to lie. By the way, I will just show this just to be fair. Okay. So this is her apparently in the 90s. She's at least better looking. I mean, listen, I'm not saying that there is even one shred of credibility to her story, but she's at least better looking then than now or whatever. I don't know. Bottom line is, that makes no difference. She's still batshit crazy and lying. I just want to find the part where she's saying like it's a fantasy. Hang on.
So I did not go through the revolving door. He came in. He said, "Hey, you're that advice lady."
Oh my God! Shut up.
Nice. It's a very nice.
Which, by the way, he had said he's never even met you previously. Obviously, the picture which we have, tells a different story.
So we went to the hats, and he immediately grabbed a fur hat, of course. And I said, "Oh, you can't put a dead animal on your head." And then I found out later, of course, all of his women wear those fur hats. Ivanka. Have you've seen pictures? They all
Which means that you made your story up by looking at pictures of him and his girls. You know what I mean? Oh, and if you didn't know, like, that's how I made this story up, because like I saw him pictures of women with like fur hats. And so I made that part of my story.
Okay. So he asked, I said, how old is the young lady? And he said, how old are you? And I said, 52. And he said, you're so old.
Wait, she was 52 in the, get the fuck, no way. Hang on for a second. I'm sorry. Hang on. I'm sorry. That picture of her that I just showed then is, she was 52 when this happened. She's 80 right now. Oh my God. Yeah. Because Trump's like, yeah, you know, in the 90s, I was really well known for cornering 52-year-old women and taking it from them.
He said that?
Of course. He said, you're so old. And shortly after that, he said, I know, lingerie. Or he could have said underwear. And so we went up the escalator. We went to the lingerie department. It was empty. There was nobody there. There was nobody on the whole floor, frankly.
There's no one there in a department store. Okay.
I think you go through bathing suits and cruisewear, and the store was not popular at the time. Nobody was there on the counter.
That's going to sound strange to people that nobody was in the...
Because Bergdorf's is the greatest store on the earth. They take care of whatever you want, they're there. If you're thirsty, they'll bring you water. They'll get you whatever. They'll call all over the country to get whatever you want. It was a moment in time. Nobody was there.
Lie. Oh, so there's no one there. So you're saying that in this make-believe story of yours, not one person saw you with Trump, because, you know, he is one of the most famous people in the world, and you were apparently, you know, so you're saying no one saw you there. Well, yeah, there was no one working. There was no one. They have such incredible customer service that no one was there. They have such incredible customer service that no one was there to wait on you or help you, because that makes sense, you fucking liar.
A dressing room door was open, which is very unusual because usually they're locked, and the attendant comes and locks it, escorts you in.
Where's that attendant? Can you produce that person?
Okay. So on the
So he
counter,
said lingerie because he said he wanted you to help him pick out some lingerie.
well, it can't, because he was not having it with the hats.
Okay.
The hats were, okay. So then we went up. He's going to get some lingerie. And I am just like, oh, well, I can dine out forever on this story. We're going to go get lingerie.
You said you go to the lingerie department and no one is around.
And there are 2 or 3 boxes.
By the way, Anderson Cooper 100% knows she's lying and doesn't even try to hide it in this interview, dude.
Boxes on the counter. The fancy, remember the old fashioned lingerie boxes, and a filmy see-through bodysuit in lilac gray. And he snatches it up and he says, go try this on. I said, you try it on. He said, no, it looks like it fits you. I said, it goes with your eyes. He said, no, go put this on. And Anderson.
So at this point, you're saying it's a
we're
friendly
joshing. I used to be a writer at Saturday Night Live. I see an entire sketch of making Donald Trump put this filmy thing over his pants. That is what I'm thinking. I am not thinking, I think it's, I was laughing.
Okay, I'm going to read some super chats and then we'll get back to this lying fucking idiot. Okay. Rusty Moore, thank you for the super chat. I thought America was too woke to make the right decision. Glad I was wrong. My wife is, who is not political at all, watches your videos with me and laughs her ass off. Keep up the content, my dude. She has an amazing sense of humor. And she's probably a big fan of Macklemore too. I appreciate you, dude. Thank you very much. And say hi to your beautiful, very intelligent wife. Tell her that this bitch is lying also. Wouldn't you want to know if, oh yeah, for sure. If it's aliens, I need to know that. I don't want to know. I need to know. I know nukes, aliens, and UFOs, and UFC. Jody said, thank you very much. Polls showed don't shove your lies and woke bullshit down. Exactly. That's why Trump, we won. We're the true Americans won. Go Jesse. Also because, yes, 100%. Also because of things like this, where like everybody can see this is bullshit. Like there's no intelligent person who is going to listen to this story and then listen to this case and be like, wait, you ordered him to pay this? By the way, you guys know that this bitch won $80 million. $80 million. They awarded her $80 million for this horseshit story with no fucking evidence. And then in New York also, everybody forgets this too. Because of the case where they said he inflated his assets, they fucking banged him for $550 million. And they were going to take Mar-a-Lago from him. They were going to take Trump Tower from him. They were going to seize all of his assets because they thought he wouldn't be able to pay. Okay. Then he takes Truth Social public. He pays, he pays to do the appeal because he had to pay something like, I think it was like almost $300 million just to do the appeal. They thought he wasn't going to be able to do it. They were going to take everything from him. These motherfuckers need to go to jail. Fucking jail. I mean, this person just needs to never get that money, and something fucked up needs to happen too, like legally, But like these judges and everything that were going to like straight up use a legal system to take everything from him and then put him in jail, that's exactly where they belong. You know what I mean? Dems were better off letting Trump win in 2020 because he didn't have the Senate or House and they could have throttled him. Now, exactly. And that's also when they could control outcomes, seems like. Like, didn't it seem kind of weird how in 2022, everyone was expecting the biggest red wave in Congress of all time? And then it was like, oh, geez, it turned out it was a tie and Kamala has the deciding vote. I knew it was shenanigans then. I knew it. Thank you for the super chat. Daniel, I wouldn't jump. Exactly. Yeah. Look, dude. Even when she looked like this, she obviously was so batshit crazy that, like, it's not even worth it. Even Connor wouldn't smash that chick. I mean, probably not. Probably not. Connor might just be like in that case from the girl that went to trial with Connor. She said that he was, as I read it, that he was taking a shit in the bathroom, and then he was like, "Here, come suck it." I was like, "Oh my God." I think that's the way I read it. He definitely was sitting on the toilet and then told her to, but why would he be sitting on the toilet with his pants down? Anyway, whatever, it doesn't matter. I don't want to talk about like a potentially real case while I'm talking about a 100% fucking fake case.
I said it. He said, well, he went like this. And I walked in stupidly.
So for you, this was kind of...
And the reason we're watching this is I'm trying to get to the part where Anderson says the thing and she says, well, I didn't want to call it, because like, listen, because like grape is like kind of hot, it's like kind of hot. And Anderson Silva literally just looks at her like, what? I think he goes to a commercial break.
A New York moment. Like
one of the best New, just like the best New York. Donald Trump is going to put on a filmy bodysuit.
The best New York moment. This is her telling a story about when she was violently graped. Okay. Oh, it's the best New York moment. Me and Donald. Is that how you would remember a thing? Like, I'm not just talking about girls, like guys. I'm sure you've considered what it would be like to go to jail and actually put yourself in a position, some kind of hypothetical, where someone violently took it from you. Just like imagine what would be more traumatic than that? Like there's nothing worse except if someone does something to your kids in front of you. This is like being the victim of a violent grape is basically the worst thing that can happen to you. And this is how she's talking about it. Oh, it's the greatest New York minute. Fuck you, liar.
It's like, oh, I couldn't. So let's go in the dressing room. I thought, yeah, I'm going to make him put pants on. Walked in. And the minute I was in there, he shut the door and pushed me up against the wall and bang my head on the wall and kissed me. It was so shocking. I couldn't, of course, I started laughing again because.
She started laughing after he smashed her head into the wall. Okay.
You started laughing.
Of course.
Why? Why, of course?
Because it was a way of, if it was at all erotic in his part, it would, if a man is laughed at, it usually will make him, and he put his shoulder against me to hold me against the wall. And at that point, I realized that I was in a very difficult situation.
Did he say anything?
No. It was just like, we're going to do this thing.
Oh, so tried to kiss you, smashed your head against the wall. You laughed. He didn't respond. right? Because you literally told him you want him to put on lingerie in your little New York Minute, and he goes into the, like, this story is so fucking dumb and not true that it makes my brain hurt.
We're just so hot for each other. Why would I even try to think what he was thinking? Anyway, so he pushed me, he pushed me, held me with his shoulder, and I was wearing a coat dress and tights, and he pulled down the tights. And so,
okay.
That's
he pulled it with both hands, with one hand.
One.
See, Anderson knows she's lying, for the record. Anderson, I actually respect how Cooper handled this. Like, he's obviously a Democrat, but I've never, and I don't watch very much CNN, but Anderson, he's always struck me as a guy who actually has some ethics and, like, because the way he handled this, he doesn't do what, like, dude, these MSNBC people, they would get in there and, like, they would do anything to promote this story, where he's, like, asking her real questions, like, so wait, what? You know what I mean? Like, he's very clearly asking the right kind of questions as a journalist, which is, kind of common sense, but not necessarily common sense when it comes to Trump.
And that was when it turned serious. I realized that this was a fight. And even though I can talk about it now and put words to it, at the time the adrenaline is pouring through me, and all I want to do is right.
How would you describe? What were you? You said you were obviously surprised, fighting.
Right.
Were you scared? Were you
angry?
Were you?
I was too panicked to be scared.
Too panicked to be scared. Okay.
You
said adrenaline was pumping.
I assume it was, because I got strong enough. He's 6'3". Apparently, I've looked it up. I was about 6'1" in the massive heels I was wearing. And so we were almost even in height. And down go the tights. And it was against my will. And it hurt. And it was a fight.
And this is not a question I would normally ask, and if you don't want to answer, I totally understand. But given the prior accusations, which have all been of forms of assault or harassment, you're saying there was actual penetration.
Yes.
He's like, so that this guy has no history of this whatsoever in, like, I don't know, 50 years of being a womanizer, right? Like, no one's trying to pretend that this guy is not DTF, but, like, nobody has ever said that he violently took it from him, like, ever, except for you in this very, very believable story. So you're saying that there's penetration.
Which puts it into a different category of any of these other.
Listen to this.
Any of the other women who have come forward. I think that.
Oh my God, they cut this off?
That is the definition of rape. One definition.
That's the definition.
No fucking way. They cut this off right there. That right there at that exact moment is when she goes into the thing about being like, well, I didn't say it because I didn't want, women think grape is hot. That's what she says right after that. And they cut it. That's amazing. I cannot believe they did that. See, that's what I'm saying. These dishonest weirdos, dude. That it's the next thing she says. The next thing she says is the thing I was talking about this whole time that makes it so obvious that she's lying. It's unbelievable. I cannot believe they cut. Hang on. After all that, I am not giving up until I see E. Jean Carroll says grape is hot. It's infuriating. She won $83 million for that stupid fake story.
Trump won the Republican presidential primary. Said this to Anderson Cooper. It is a violent.
Here we go. Wait, over here. Oh, this is Patrick Bet David. Dude, I'm literally talking to Valuetainment through text as we speak.
He just paid her 80. Trump has played this clip. Oh my!
I think most people think of rape as it is a violent assault. It is not.
I think most people think of rape as being sexy.
What?
Let's take a short break.
Think of the fantasies.
We're just going to take a quick break. If you can stick around, we'll talk more on the other side.
You're fascinating to talk to.
Crazy bitch. Look at.
Dude, what are the odds of that? I'm literally, I'm talking to those guys right now. Like that's who I was texting with while I was watching this, and that's the clip right there. So, and CNN, they cut that off. Like they let you watch that entire thing, and then right when she says that psychotic fucking nonsense, they're all, that's enough. You know, that's enough. I think we got the general idea. You're like, okay. Red Tracker, appreciate you, dude. Red Tracker, thank you. All right, so now let's go back to these other fucking lunatics and let's make fun of them also. I don't even know what this is, but oops. This looks good. Let's try these LGBT leftist activists threaten Republicans and fantasize about the U.S. becoming Handmaid's Tale. I can't with that Handmaid's Tale thing, dude.
Well, that didn't go the way we had hoped
Not at all.
or expected.
Yeah, I mean, for him to win the popular vote? Are you kidding me?
I did not know our country was that full of racist bastards.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be an all-out war on the LGBTQ plus, on on women, on people of any color other than Blanco or Blanca or whatever.
No, they don't care about the Blanca. Super Blanco.
Yeah, so better go out there and get you a Bible because you're going to be needing that shit now.
Oh, no, we, if they follow the Handmaid's Tale, we can't read.
Oh, that's right. That is true. I'm too old I can't be a handmaid. I would probably get stuck being a Martha.
Okay, this is boring. There's much better ones than this. Okay, so oh my god, this guy. This is about as good as it gets right here, dude. This dude is, well, I would imagine he does not have the job that he used to have. Okay, so this is the assistant director for fraternities and sorority life at University of Oregon. Okay, so he's in charge of college students. Ready? Listen to this shit. And yes, I'm aware he looks exactly like Luke Thomas. Luke Thomas is 1,000 times cooler than this fucking nerd.
I'm done crying. My sadness is over. My anger has set in. I am a very petty person, and I am very proud of that. Love it about myself, actually. And so I say this in the most disrespectful way possible. I don't care if you are my family. I don't care if you're my friend. I don't care if we've been friends our entire lives. You can literally go fuck yourself if you voted for Donald Trump. If you are so sad about your groceries being expensive, get a better fucking paying job. Do better in life. Get a fucking education. Do something. Because you are fucking stupid. And I hope you go jump off of a fucking bridge.
What do you guys think about that, dude? What do you guys think about that? It's like when me and Gabrielle did one, like another girl who said something like that, where she was just like, oh, what? You can't afford fucking food? Like, that's because you're stupid and you're uneducated and whatever. I'm like, it like taps into a part of my, like, that, whatever. You'll see when you watch me and Gabrielle's. But yeah, so that guy says that students should jump off a bridge, and also said something about, like, if you have a problem with how much things cost, like, go do better, get a better job, you're uneducated, something like that. It's like, hey, dude, without any shred of doubt, zero shred of doubt, me and Gabrielle will make more money than you this month than you'll make in a year, for 100% sure. So suck on that, you fucking weirdo pussy. I hate these fucking people, man. It's just like, but again, so this guy is Leonard Serrato. We looked him up, actually. Let me see if his was. I'm sorry. Oh, is this how it's going to be now, dude? You know, you go on social media, you tell people to jump off a bridge, and you're fired. And you're fired, bitch. Now I know for 100% sure. Now, well, actually, now I'm going to make more money than you over the next 12 months today. You know, it's good to have a job. It's good to have sources of income, you know, but you called yourself petty. Let's watch that one more time, actually, just because now we can watch it knowing that this vindictive weirdo cocksucker is going to be unemployed. Okay, let's watch it one more time so you guys can all enjoy that with me together.
I'm done crying. My sadness is over. My anger has set in. I am a very petty person, and I am very proud of that. Love it about myself, actually. And so,
well, that's working out really well for you, dude. Being a petty person has led to you being unemployed. Unemployable, too, by the way, in colleges.
I say this in the most disrespectful way possible. I don't care if you are my family. I don't care if you're my friend. I don't care if we've been friends our entire lives. You can literally go fuck yourself if you voted for Donald Trump. If you are so sad about your groceries being expensive, get a better fucking paying job. Do better in life. Get a fucking education. Do something. Because you are fucking stupid. And I hope you go jump off of a fucking bridge.
Well, not to be a dick, my dude, but if I was going to bet on who is more likely to be jumping off of a bridge anytime soon, wouldn't be any of the people you're talking to, dude. So let's see what else we got. Some other ones that I found that were pretty good. Oh, I haven't seen this one. This is Tim Walz's kid reacts to election loss. Oh shit! Is this? Everybody told me this kid is autistic and nonverbal. Which, if that's the case, I'm not gonna make fun of him.
Hey everyone, it's Hope and Gus Walls. We are driving without Secret Service for the first time.
Finally free.
I would not just
Those lying motherfuckers yesterday told me he was nonverbal autistic. That's not true, obviously.
describe it like that, but it is a little weird, but it is feel freeing. But we are listening to I Won't Back Down by Tom Petty. And we just wanted to say we so appreciate everyone. We love you all. And our dad is doing amazing. He is ready to continue the fight here in Minnesota because it is going to be a safe place for every single person.
Thanks for everything, guys.
We'll be okay.
I like her, dude. I like her. She seems like good people. She also looks like if someone in that family is actually going to be a good politician, since it's not Tim, her. That's like a strong, confident girl. I have a good eye for for that kind of thing. I think if she takes the contacts that her dad has and she focuses her energy on politics, I think she'll do really well, much better than her dad. And yeah, I have nothing negative to say about her at all. Anyone supporting their parent, you talk shit to them, then there's no chance you're the good guy in that situation. But this person looks unhinged. Let's watch.
Quick question. So does anybody know how to find...
Wait. Oh my God. No. Beat it, fucking nerd. You unsubscribe. Oh my God. You guys, can the channel continue without Balthazar? Balthazar? The fuck out of here, you fucking nerd. This is the attention you'll get on my channel with that kind of shit. This is how important you are to the channel, is I use you for my entertainment to show you, or just to, fuck off, nerd. No one cares. You have no power here at all. Nice name, fucking geek. Anyway, let's listen to this pretty girl.
Or hire a hitman or woman.
Whoa.
Question. So does anybody know how to find or hire a hitman or woman? Because we don't want to be sexist. So, but I think we could pull this off collectively. If you want to chip in, DM.
Ooh, man, some unlucky dude is going to slip and fall on that. You know, he's going to take that home one night and be all, dude, I banged the smoke last night. And you'll be like, bruh, that was a hand grenade disguised as a steak dinner. You know what I mean? Yeesh. She's pretty, dude. That's scary, dude. A girl who's that pretty and then thinks that like it's normal to go online and talk about murdering the president of the United States. It's like, yikes. Yikes. All right, let's listen to this one.
I took the morning to grieve. That's all the time we have. Now is your time to start making a plan. Women, I'm here to talk to you today. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to delete your period tracking app. I don't care what state you're in. Go into your history, take out a paper planner, write down your history so that you have it, because I know that you track it. You use it to track ovulation and all of that stuff. You can't do that in an app anymore. Before you delete the app, you're going to...
Jesus. Okay, hang on. Guys, no one cares. Nerd. It's like they're volunteering for me to break their balls, dude. Jesse, if you did blah, 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 I'd subscribe. Geek. All the people in the chat that I'm talking to are like my group of friends. That's why they like my channel, because we're all friends here, you know, like we're all just kind of bullshitting. Like if we were all in the same room, we were talking and you came from outside, you're all, you know, I'd hang out with you if you weren't so up Trump's ass. What do you think we'd do? We'd be like, just like look at each other and be all, who the fuck asked you, geek? Okay. The fucking nerd bar is down the street. It's interesting. Oh, that's awesome. You know what I mean? Like literally, like you come into a room and people all laughing and hanging out. It's all, hey, I would hang out if you guys weren't up, or if you weren't up Trump's ass. You know, does anybody know this fucking guy? They're like, I don't know. Be like, okay, well, that's awesome, dude. There's probably a better place for you down the street. Fucking nerd. Beat it. Anyway.
You're going to delete your data out of the app. That's not a sure way to make sure that they can't use it against you later, but it helps. Next thing you're going to do, you're going to get Plan B or its prescription equivalent. If you are comfortable getting the prescription, you can go to your doctor and sometimes you can get it for free. That version, I think, is called Ella. And then if you are not comfortable or unable to do that with your doctor, go get Plan B in cash at your local pharmacy. I don't care if you don't need it right now, just keep it on your shelf. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to follow creators like Jessica Valenti. She talks about abortion in her newsletter, Abortion.
Wait, okay, so just because this is 6 minutes, I'm not going to watch this crazy bitch go through this whole thing. But what she said is, this TikToker warns women to delete their period tracker apps, not get married, divorce their husbands if they voted for Trump, and have an action plan in place. They're serious about this. This is what media brainwashing looks like. It's actually very sad. Man, dude. Like, again, and Yankees fan. That's funny, dude. And RC Adventures. 3 charges in the death of Liam Payne. Who's Liam Payne? Am I like forgetting about that? Oh, shit. Whoa. We're talking about the dude, the One Direction guy. Wait, what do you mean? What do they charge him for? Charged with abandonment of a person followed by death, as well as supply and facilitation of narcotics. Oh, including a hotel worker. I thought you said 3 hotel workers. Or I thought they said that. That's interesting. We'll look at that later. But that's interesting. Like, I'm not going to watch this girl's whole crazy thing. So basically, to summarize, if your husband voted for Trump, divorce him. Honestly, I'll be totally honest with you, dude. That's not the worst advice in terms of like, if like a married couple is on that, like to that level, like where one of them is a strong Trump supporter, the other one is that hardcore on the other side. Like that relationship, it's not just because of that, but that's just not gonna work, man. Like that's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. Okay, in a political climate like this, okay, if you, I mean, you can help like kind of have like a healthy disagreement on things, but I can't imagine a scenario where like a good, healthy marriage has two people that are on other sides of the fence and are really passionate on both sides, because that just means like you're not communicating well at all. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, I can't imagine that working. I really can't. And don't get me wrong, dude. I know very smart women that are on the other side. I'm trying to think if I know any smart like dudes whose well, actually, yeah, there are some, but no, but they're just like brainwashed. Actually, this is whatever. But all of the like I know of like 2 to 3 marriages where in all of them, the dude was a Trumper, the woman was not, and all of them are divorced now. And yeah, they're all divorced now. Okay, so put this back up. Here we go. Can't miss a third time. Oh my God. The grieving wall. See, this is what, okay. And I'm going to use this as an example to make the following point. Okay. When you actually look at what is on this is all people posting it's the grief because Trump got elected. Like the reason why I make fun of them, but actually don't have anything nasty to say about people who just like Kamala Harris or don't like Trump is because like, read this, dude. This says protect women. You know what I mean? Like, you know, let's just be objective. Protect women. If someone's like, hey, here, like this is what's important to me. Protect women. I'd be like, well, yeah, that's very important to me also. It's like maybe one of the most important things in the world to me. And so like if whoever wrote this, her and I just need to have a conversation because I have 3 daughters. If she thinks that like protect women is not important, it just means, in my opinion, she is being fed horseshit lies, but she's not a bad person. You know what I mean? Like the person who wrote protect women, that's not a bad person. That's not a bad person at all. However, right? However, the shitbag who was like, hey, if you voted for Trump, go jump off a bridge. That's why I fuck with people like him, because he's a piece of shit. You know what I mean? Like you're a piece of shit. You said that you don't care. You'll destroy your relationships with your family because they voted for whatever. Dude, half of my family is on the other side of me politically. I'm talking like my extended family, everybody, dude. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, and there's no like election that's going to destroy my relationship with the people in my family because I'm not a psycho. Like, if you're like us, then those relationships should literally be the most important thing to you. And like, aside from that, like they represent like a handful of votes. So you just don't talk about it with them. A person, my parents, they could jump off a bridge. You're like, you're pathetic and a psycho. Okay. Go take the time that you have with your unemployment and get some therapy from someone like Jordan Peterson. Someone who's not just going to validate your feelings. Someone who will actually help you, find yourself. And then you can come back and apologize to everybody that you recommended suicide to, you fucking idiot. Oops, sorry about that. A year ago, Cardi B, D's prices are too high. Biden got to go. Oh, yeah. Cardi B, D's price too high. Biden got to go. Post Diddy tapes, vote Kamala, all kinds of, totally. All of them, dude. Did you see, thank you for the super chat. Did you see that Usher straight up on The View was like, I'm not making an endorsement this year. He's like, I'm not getting into politics. I'm not making an endorsement. And then 2 weeks before, all of a sudden, Usher's on stage at Kamala's. Like, I thought it was a stretch that the Diddy tapes were being leveraged against them right up until then. That was the one where I'm like, dude, they really are pulling the fucking string on the Diddy stuff, which lines up, dude. Like, listen. Okay, I've been on for an hour and 20. I'm going to finish this point, and then I'm going to direct you to that video that I was talking about, and you guys can go straight there because you're going to want to watch it. But nonetheless, like, what I honestly think happened, I really think that this is highly likely, is that the people who really want Trump out, like the top people, these people who wanted Trump out, they were like, this is an emergency break glass time. Diddy, you have gotten lots from us, and we're telling you right now, we need every single one of these people that you've got dirt on, that you've been telling us you have dirt on, we need them all to endorse Kamala. And Diddy's like, dude, I'm not doing that. Like, you want me to use the sex leverage that I have on my friends to get them to endorse Kamala? It's not even going to matter. Like, I will destroy my relationships with all of them forever. And they're like, we don't care, dude. Like, this is that important. And, you know, Diddy's probably like, it ain't that important to me. Like, this shit ain't that important to me. Because if you look at how this played out, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Diddy's on the target list. He's been doing this for 30 years. And everybody had to ask themselves, what did Diddy do for this to happen? And then you look at what actually happened. You have Snoop Dogg. Trump pardoned the founder of Death Row, Michael Harris, on Snoop asking him to. And Snoop goes around, he's like, I love Trump, man. I got nothing but love for Trump now. And then all of a sudden, 3 weeks before the election, Snoop comes out and says, anyone who supports Trump is racist. Why? Usher, I'm not endorsing anyone this year on national television. And then 2 weeks before the election, he's out on stage endorsing Kamala. J-Lo, who everybody knows is definitely on tapes. She's out there endorsing Kamala. Like, but again, the Snoop one was the first one that I was really suspicious, you know, where I was like, oh, dude, not suspicious. I was very like confident that's probably what happened with him. But then the Usher one, I'm like, oh, they are using all these tapes, dude. Like, why else would all these people be coming out all passionate out of nowhere when they had previously straight up said they weren't going to do it? And you know, the feds are the ones who have the hard drive. Now that I would like to see declassified. Actually, well, okay. Anybody who was just in a room fucking each other, like, you know, and it was like they might be cheating on their spouse. I don't care about that. Like, I don't need to see their lives destroyed. But anybody who was in a room with a kid or at a party where Diddy had fucking little kids dressed up like Hirajuku Barbies, I want that information out. Anybody on Epstein list, anybody who was anywhere near a kid, they should get blown up, dude. Everybody. Now, let me show you guys something else. Okay. So hang on. Let me show you guys this real quick. All right. So I am going to drop this video. Okay. I'm dropping this literally right now. So you're going to see an alert for it. And I highly suggest you watch it because this is one of the best videos I've ever done. Bam, it's public. Enjoy it. You will enjoy it. I'm out. I love you guys. Thank you guys for the super chats. Peace.